Let's be honest. How many people have $30,000 just sitting in their savings account? Because the experts, they're saying that you should have 6 months of savings in your account. And let's just say that's $30,000. And I understand we're supposed to save, we're supposed to invest, and we're the ones responsible for it. Nobody else should be responsible for your savings account. That's something that you should want to do for yourself. But life is not like a spreadsheet. It's not cookie cutter. It's not no copy and paste. And everybody comes from different backgrounds. We're not all cut from the same cloth. Everybody didn't grow up the same. And I was fortunate enough to have people around me to give me good advice. But a lot of people don't grow up around people who talks about stocks and investments and about savings. Some people inherit struggle, and a lot of people don't talk about that. But I'm going to say this, you can save as much as you have the capacity to save. But in life, you got to make withdrawals. So we can have all the right intentions to save for retirement, but life happens. And I'm going to be real with y'all. I have had to go into my 401k account, not once, but twice, because life happened. I had to make withdrawals. I didn't have a savings with $30,000 in it. The first time was during 2008. That was a hard time for us. I told you all about that. Then, right after 2008, my husband, he got laid off again. And then my transmission in my Lexus decided that it wanted to go out. And y'all know how much a transmission can cost. And let me tell you all something very honest. Before I purchased my Lexus, I had received a settlement because I was involved in a very bad car accident. I was 5 months pregnant with my daughter. I got hit from behind by a dump truck. It was a 5-car collision accident. I had to crawl out through the sunroof. It was just that bad. And after surviving that accident, I felt like I really needed to reward myself. I suffered something very tragic, and I just needed to reward myself in life. And I had suffered with fertility problems for a long time. And I always said if I didn't have children, I was going to buy me a Lexus and just focus on traveling. Didn't think I would get pregnant, so I just went on and purchased it. And that car just represented survival for me. I received that settlement money. I paid off a lot of bills with that settlement money. But things just kept on happening. And so when life started happening, I had to use my 401k. Didn't want to, but that was my only option. Savings was depleted. And nobody ever talks about how when you use your 401k or retirement money, it will put you in another tax bracket. You have to pay taxes. So I utilized the money for what I needed, but it came with a cost. So I was still put in a bind. That's why I said life is not like a spreadsheet. It's not cookie cutter. Things happen. And there are some people out there that nothing ever happens to them. They never go through hard times. They never experience disruption in their life. Do you all know anybody like that? But it seems like for me, I experience hardship, but God always get me through it. But I'm not one of those people who walk around and never experience anything. It's hard for them to relate to what real life is and what other people go through because they never experience it. And you know, some people, they inherit the financial literacy, and some people just, they inherit struggle. Like for me, I know some people that inherit bad credit before they even reach adulthood because their parents open up utility bills in their name and then their parents don't pay all the bills. That happens. People put their children's name on the power bill, on the gas bill, and then the kid, when they try to start a life of their own, they have all this bad credit they have to deal with. And we're not even going to talk about the married people. You can be doing everything right in your marriage, saving, putting back for retirement, living frugal, and your spouse can be out there living their best life, not managing money, buying all the expensive clothes and bags and traveling, not caring about what the family needs, not focusing on retirement, just blowing their check. That's what they do. It can be like that with your children. You don't know what your children are going to get into. They go out there and do something stupid. I've seen people have to put their house up to get their child out of jail because they've made bad decisions. And you know what? It's people out there that's doing the right thing every day. They living frugal, they're saving their money, they're living below their means, doing all the right things, and life will hit them. And let me ask you all a question. Would you be able to afford health care if you retired early? Because a lot of people are not able to retire. They have all the money in savings because, like I said, they doing the right thing. They have enough in savings and stock and everything, but they can't afford health care. Now, put a 1 in the comments if you're able to pay for your own health care if you retired early. Would you be able to do that? I just want to know because I can't afford health care. So we already know that's why a lot of people are working longer because they can't afford that high health care. So we have to continue to go to work. That's why I'm at work now. I still feel like I really can't save money because with this job, I always have to have a car and I always have to drive all of these miles every day, 130 miles every day. Time I pay this one off, I got to get another one just to maintain the job. But I'm praying that God will make a way, and I know He will. So we continue to go to work so we can afford to survive, so we can ensure that we have health care. We work around our coworkers and they don't even be caring about you for real because they trying to survive as well. My coworkers today, not the ones that I'm real close to, but you could tell people just don't give a crap about you because they let me walk around all day with my tag on the outside. Now, if you like somebody, you'll tell them, hey, look, your tag is on the outside. Let me put it in for you. But they just let me walk around with the tag out today. But I'm glad it's Friday, y'all. But here's the part I hate to have to ask you all to put some comments because that's what YouTube likes. It sees it as engagement. So put those comments, put those eyeglasses if you see what I see. This community continues to grow and I just appreciate you all so much. And I hope you all enjoy your weekend. And I look forward to talking to you all in the comments.